Stars. Today's Friday, October 2nd. Let's check today's headlines.
President Trump test positive for the coronavirus. We'll have the latest.
Investigating a tragic accident on State Road 32.
Are you ready for the big game?
Thanks for joining us, Stars. I'm Jaden Bailey.
And I'm Maggie Michael. It's time for the question of the day, brought to you by Professional Plumbing Solutions. The question is, when did WEBO get their first state title?
Email radiotv@wb.rtv and Outlook, or you can give us a call at extension 3134 if you think you know the answer.
It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins.
In our top story, Americans woke up to unnerving news this morning. President Trump and the First Lady Melania have contracted COVID-19. Trump is being optimistic, however, saying, "We will get through this together." Vice President Mike Pence's press secretary confirmed that Pence and his wife Karen both tested negative. While President Trump is in the highest risk category for serious complications, he claims he is feeling good.
In WEBO news, police are still trying to figure out what caused a fatal accident yesterday on State Road 32. At approximately 1:20 p.m. yesterday, an SUV collided with a semi-trailer. Medics immediately called for St. Vincent Stat Flight helicopter, but the medical team was unable to save the 71-year-old driver of the SUV. The South Carolina driver of the semi was not seriously injured.
In other news, school spirit is widespread across Western Boone as students and staff are getting set up for a homecoming matchup against the Mounties of Southmont High School. There will be a virtual pep session later today as 6th and 7th hours have been shortened as well. Teachers will log into the same link you are currently viewing today's broadcast. If you can't make it to tonight's game, WB will bring you all the action with Maggie Michael and Nathaniel Finch.
Thank you, Jaden. About tonight's football game. Thank you, Andrew, for joining me. You're facing Southmont tonight. It's a big homecoming matchup. So how have you guys practiced and prepared this week for this big game?
During practice, we always prepare like could be the hardest game of our lives. We always go hard. Coaches pushes us hard, and our scout team makes sure gives us a good look and make sure we go 100%.
I know it's been one of the hardest weeks of practice for us too. So, if you had to make a score prediction for tonight's game at the end of the fourth quarter, at the end of the game, what would you say would be the score?
Hopefully, we want to go for at least over 35 because by the half, if we're up by 35 points, we'll have a running clock, and JV found out that they don't get a game Saturday morning. So if we get 35 by the half, we'll put them in because they deserve it. They work for it.
Of course, there is always room for an upset, ladies and gentlemen. All jokes aside, you're a senior, I'm a senior. This is our last year to play high school football. A lot of great memories. What has been your favorite part about high school football?
I'd say my favorite part would be the brotherhood. There's nothing like it. Going almost every day, you see your friends that are basically like family. You get to see them all the time, be with them all the time, play the sport you love with the people you love.
Of course. It builds connections like no other. Well, thank you so much, Andrew. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Come see tonight's game against Southmont. Kickoff is at 7. That's all for today's interview, and now Jaron Latham joins us with weather.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at our live drone shot brought to you by Nikki Ball. As you can see, it's a very beautiful day out. Sun is shining, just a little bit of clouds in the sky. It's been pretty cold this morning, though, so make sure to be careful out there. Let's take a look at our current conditions now. As you can see, it's currently 39 degrees out, partly cloudy skies, and winds coming out of the northeast at 2 miles per hour. Taking a look at our surface map now, as you can see up here around the northeast, they're getting a lot of rain right now, and then around Indiana, we're getting a cold front, which is causing all this cold weather. So make sure to dress warm for the game tonight. Now on to our extended forecast. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy skies with a high of 62 and a low of 46. And then on Sunday, rain comes in with a high of 57 and a low of 35. And then on Monday, sunny skies with a high of 62 and a low of 42. We'll be back with sports after this quick break.
Return to the Mac. Get it, what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get about it better instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit me kid.
Good morning, Stars. The boys soccer team defeated Southmont in a PK shootout, 4-2. They tied at first 0-0 and went into 2 overtimes, both being 0-0. Cooper Williams, Max Wheatley, and Hunter Perry each made one of the 4 goals in the shootout. After an amazing save from John Jackson, Jonathan Linville made the winning shot to seal the game. The junior high cross-country team ended their season last night at their conference meet. The girls came in 4th behind Danville, Tri-West, and Crawfordsville, while the boys came in 2nd behind Danville. Western Boone Wrestling and Basketball have also started their preseason workouts. Contact Coach Mikesell or Coach Burkett for more information. That's all for sports. Now to the answer to the question of the day.
Thanks, Jaden. And the question was, when did WEBO get their first state title?
If you answered 1988, you are correct. The classes who answered correctly are
Mr. Burkett, Mr. Dale, Mrs. Foxworthy, Mrs. Gutierrez, Mr. Harrison, and Mr. Riggins.
and the students who answered correctly are Braden Matthews.
That's all for today's broadcast. Thanks for joining us, Stars. I'm Maggie Michael.
And I'm Jaden Bailey. From all of us at WEBORTV, have a great day.